कि सबसे ज़्यादा पैसा एजेंसी में बनता है या सबसे ज़्यादा पैसा फ्रीलांसिंग में बनता है?
As an individual, I would say कि still I think agency is better.
You buy a car at 22.
Okay.
You buy a car at 22. And for me, seeing that, I felt jealous. मेरे पास कार क्यों नहीं है? ठीक है. Joking यार. But wow.
Right, is pick a niche.
Wow.
Right, pick a very specific niche. At Prepper, I say content creators, but most of our content creators are reaction YouTubers.
Ah. Wow.
Right, you can see how specific that is.
Wow. A boy from Chandigarh started his journey as a freelancer, worked with brands like Swiggy, Oyo, and many more. But later in lockdown, all his income sources came to zero. But what he did was something different. He saw that everyone on YouTube were creating reaction channels. Reaction channel market was booming like crazy at that time. So he took a very brave step and built an whole agency around it. And now the boy who was earning 80,000 a year is now earning more than 1 crore every year. But now the question is how he did that at the age of 22. What he did right that made him so much money to buy his dream car. And most important, how he cracked world's one of the best YouTuber as his first big client. We will discuss all of this in this 9th episode of The Art of Money. Before starting this episode, I have one request for you. So right now, 89% people are watching our episodes, but they are not subscribing to our channel. So guys, ज़रूर सब्सक्राइब करो so that हम अच्छे गेस्ट को लेकर आ सके और हम उनसे समझ पाए कि वो उनके अर्निंग रिसोर्सेज कौन से हैं, वो कैसे सेविंग्स करते हैं, कैसे उनके इन्वेस्टमेंट्स करते हैं, एंड अगेन उन समझ पाए कि उनका मनी माइंडसेट कैसा है. सो यस, सब्सक्राइब ज़रूर कर लेना इस चैनल को. एंड यू स्टार्टिंग द शो इन 3, 2, 1. So among all of them, my first question is, how did you make your first money? How did you get your first client? How did you get that?
Okay. Actually, I made my first money when I was in like 7th or 8th standard.
Uh-huh.
Right. That was like through like a friend. A friend of a friend wanted like a logo or something, and I was learning. I just learned Photoshop at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So he was like, he was also like doing something new, so he didn't really have any budget. So I pitched to him, okay, I'll make a logo for you for 400 rupees. Because at that time 400 rupees like, oh what, 400 rupees man, I'm gonna get so much money. So
true.
तो वो हुआ, तो he was like, I can give you 200. I was like, sure, yeah, let's do it. 200 rupees for a 8th class guy was
So true.
okay, I'm gonna give a party to all my friends.
Yes.
So yeah, so that's how I made my first money.
That is how most of the agency owners का जो life है वो शुरू होता है, and it's majorly towards freelancing. So क्या तेरा भी freelancing से शुरू हुआ था, or is it directly towards agency?
No, like I did start with freelancing, right? So one of the very first client that I got, he's still a very good client with us, right? So JB Koe, I approached him through YouTube, right? It's a very interesting story. So
tell me that.
He was, yeah. So I was like in the lockdown, like I had just left my internship because there was no work, right? Lockdown में सब काम खत्म हो गया था. So I was just looking for things on the internet, and there was this creator that I used to watch, JB Koe. Right, he does reaction videos on Indian stuff.
And these
right?
guys
US.
are not from Indian. They are
No,
not
yeah,
from India.
he's from Los Angeles, US.
Okay.
So he does that, and so I used to watch him during the lockdown. I got very interested in him, like really became like a fan of sorts. Right. So one time they were live streaming. You know कि lockdown में everyone was live streaming,
Yes.
right? So they were also live streaming. And I kind of got, मेरे को थोड़ा सा idea लगा कि they wanted like an editor in their team, right? तो what I did कि उनको मैंने 100 rupees का super chat करा, you know super chat YouTube पे, right? Live stream में. तो 100 rupees का super chat करा, and I wrote कि I am an editor, do you need an editor, right? And I love you guys. That's what I wrote, right? And like that's how they got in touch with me through Instagram, right? I started working with them. So the first month I made 7,000 rupees with them.
Wow.
Right, because they didn't really trust me that much. They were giving just me like कुछ ना कुछ बेकार से प्रोजेक्ट कुछ भी दे रहे थे वो, जस्ट टू टेस्ट मी आउट. सो आई डिड दैट फॉर लाइक 6 months. राइट, मेरा कोई प्लान नहीं था कि एजेंसी बनाएंगे इसको या इसको कुछ बड़ा करेंगे. तो आई वॉज लाइक कि ठीक है इसको करते हैं, देन आई लॉकडाउन खुलेगा तो आई फाइंड समथिंग इन दिल्ली और बॉम्बे, वन ऑफ द tier 1 cities, राइट. But then like his brother is also a YouTuber. So he was like, you're doing well for me, here's his work too, you handle his work too.
Yes, reference.
Right, so that was my first referral. तो वहाँ से स्टार्ट हुआ एंड लाइक आई हायर्ड अ पर्सन क्योंकि काम बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया, राइट. तो करते 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 ऐसे आई रेफरल्स के थ्रू, तो 1.5 years तक सिर्फ रेफरल्स ही चलाए.
Okay.
Right. I didn't really do any marketing, any sales. I didn't really ask anything, ask anyone कि आपको कुछ काम चाहिए, आप right, you need anything. It was all through referrals. Right. After 1.5 to 2 years मैंने फिर वो sales start करा, cold emails and all those things. So yeah, that's how I built this agency.
So where do you think you made most of your money? Or anyone who is working in freelancing and agency, what do you think कि सबसे ज़्यादा पैसा agency में बनता है या सबसे ज़्यादा पैसा freelancing में बनता है? I'm talking about individual money कि as a individual person कहाँ ज़्यादा पैसा बनता है?
As an individual, I would say कि still I think agency is better. You make more money in an agency because you वो growth का मतलब I don't know कैसे बताऊँ इसको, ग्रोथ के गेट्स बड़े खुल जाते हैं, राइट. यू आर एबल टू डेलीगेट वर्क, राइट. यू कैन फोकस ऑन ब्रिंगिंग मोर वर्क रेदर देन जस्ट की फोकसिंग ऑन ओके मेरे को ये कंप्लीट करके देना है क्लाइंट को, राइट.
सो ट्रू.
सो दैट्स आई थिंक वेयर इट मेक्स अ डिफरेंस, राइट, बिकॉज यू कांट डू एवरीथिंग बाय योरसेल्फ.
यस.
Right. If you want to grow, you have to bring people in. You have to delegate your work. You have to delegate sales or either like the main part. So like I haven't edited for the last, I think 1 year. Right. Even though my agency is about like video editing is like the core of my agency, but I haven't edited like any video, like a full-fledged video since the last 1 year.
So true.
Right.
So true, bhai. And so I want to understand because I can relate to this properly because जब मैं मेरी एजेंसी की बात करता हूँ तो I am the one जिसने अभी तक like पिछले 1.5 साल में हमारा एजेंसी जो काम करता है वो काम मैंने नहीं किया on a personal level. People are there are one of the best minds who are working with us right now and my COOs and the CMO जो लोग पूरा company build कर रहे हैं, they handle operations. But in your case तू बिजनेस डेवलपमेंट मैनेज करता है या तू ऑपरेशंस मैनेज करता है. सो व्हाट इज योर रोल बिकॉज आई थिंक यू आर द सीईओ ऑफ दिस कंपनी, राइट? सो व्हाट इज योर रोल? सो डू यू हैंडल BD और समथिंग लाइक दैट? सो व्हाट इज योर वर्क स्पेसिफिकली?
Okay, it is very similar to yours that you just mentioned. I have a CEO, Jatin. He manages the whole operations, the team, and like making sure the work is getting done, clients are happy and stuff. So I focus on sales. And the major part I focus on ki like what we are trying to do next. Okay, where are we taking Prepper next?
Wow.
Right. So I'm trying to build content brands within Prepper, right? So yeah, so mainly I also focus on hiring a bit.
Okay.
Right, because I like to be like मेरे को थोड़ा involve होना पसंद है उसमें, the people that we are hiring. So yeah, those are the things that I look at: sales and like growth. Where are we heading next? Who are we hiring? Who are we working with?
Okay. Wow. So my next question belongs to you specifically because in this podcast Art of Money we majorly हम जो individual level पर how things are going with you regarding money and how do you think about money, that is what we do. But so regarding in the same phase itself, I have next question that at the age of 22, I saw you buying a car for yourself. Okay, you posted a LinkedIn post on this.
Yeah.
And when you posted, I was like, अब ये बंदे को बुलाना है भले जो भी हो जाए. ठीक है. So
I'm glad that's the thing that you focused on.
Yeah. So my question, हम उस पर भी आएंगे बाद में, but उसके पहले मेरा question ये that how many sources of income you have and what are they on an individual level?
On an individual level, so I invest in the stock market, mutual funds,
Okay.
stocks. I have a bit of interest. I'm from commerce, so I did commerce in 11th and 12th.
Yes.
Right. So I have some interest in finance, so I do that from time to time. But my main source of income is this agency.
Okay.
Right. I'm still young, trying to build more income sources.
Yes.
Let's see how this goes. But yeah, I'm mainly focused on the agency. So yeah, that's
Okay, so
the main
when we are
income source,
talking
yeah.
about your agency, okay, and if you are okay with it, then that would be really great for everyone who is watching this podcast right now, and for all the community members who are watching it right now. Is that, can you tell me any average number that through your agency, like maybe you can, जैसे मैं मेरी agency से salary लेता हूँ, so are you taking salary right now? And if you're taking salary, so what is that salary? Because
It's the same for me. I take a salary.
okay,
Right. Earlier it used to be, it was different. I was naive, so I would like, okay, तो जितना बचा अब ये तो मेरा ही है.
हाँ,
Right. But yeah, I did invest a lot of it back in the business.
Okay.
So yeah, I think that's important. So I take anywhere around 50 to 80K
okay, a month,
every month. So yeah, that's what I draw.
okay.
Right.
Wow.
It depends on the revenue too.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah,
So
because उतने में मेरा हो जाता है. मेरा मतलब बेसिक नीड्स पूरी हो जाती हैं और मेरी जो एक्स्ट्रा वांट्स हैं वो भी पूरे हो जाते हैं, तो आई एम फाइन विद दैट.
so true, bhai. And it's so important because see, the important part is that there is an opportunity for मेरे पास भी, and let's talk about you only, that you have an opportunity where you guys are making, because you mentioned this in your LinkedIn post, that you are making 1 crore a year in your agency. So there is a huge chance, okay, there is a huge chance for all of us to draw a lot of money. But it's important to understand that कितने का हमें ज़रूरत है वही लो, and उसके बाद में we can just keep that money in company, because the money in your bank gives you strength, gives you confidence that okay, we have a runway and everything. But when we are talking about building your agency and how you are, like, you guys are making 1 crore a year, because if I'm not wrong, you guys are making crore a year, or maybe definitely more than that as well.
We hit crore last financial year and we'll do more this year. So yeah.
Whoa, I loved it. I loved it, man. So, so when you are making crore a year, what are the sources in company, maybe in your agency कि maybe video editing से हमारा 50% revenue बनता है, then यहाँ से हमारा इतना % revenue बनता है. So how does that scenario look like?
Major part of it is, I would say 80% is video editing.
Okay.
Right. We still like, even graphic designing is still new for us, right? Because I introduced graphic designing very late, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that goes about what, 10-20%. So yeah, I think those are the two major chunks.
Wow.
And I just started with the channel management thing, and so I'm still not counted the revenue for that. So yeah, let's see how that goes.
So you only edit videos for creators, or you edit videos for brands as well?
No, I've done the brands thing earlier in my internship days, and it's not my cup of tea.
Oh.
Like the biggest reason I'll tell you is with creators, मतलब क्या अच्छी बात क्या है, right? कि उनका main business is content.
Yes.
Right. They aren't gonna like आज कुछ करवाएंगे कल नहीं करवाएंगे, वो नहीं होगा. राइट. एंड उनको अगर एक पसंद आता है तो देर गोना स्टिक टू इट, क्योंकि उनका एवरीडे उनका जाना है, एवरीडे उनको स्टाइल नहीं. ब्रांड्स का क्या, आप एक वीडियो अलग स्टाइल से बना सकते हो, एक वीडियो अलग स्टाइल से बना सकते हो, राइट, वो चल जाता है, राइट. एंड इट्स वेरी वन ऑफ थिंग, मतलब वो कंसिस्टेंसी बिल्ड करना मुश्किल है ब्रांड्स के साथ. विद क्रिएटर्स यू नो कि इनका भी मेन बिजनेस कंटेंट ही है, राइट. तो दे गोना कम बैक, इनका एवरीडे कुछ ना कुछ आउटपुट रहेगा ही,
यस,
राइट. So yeah, so that's why I prefer to work with creators, and they understand, right? वो they understand the creative process कि video edit में क्या जाता है, thumbnail design में क्या जाता है,
yes,
right? Brands के साथ you have that difficulty somewhere.
So
I
true.
feel. I've worked with Swiggy, Oyo, so I know कि like, yeah, I've done photography for them, and like I worked with some local brands in Chandigarh too.
yes.
So yeah, not my cup of tea. I like creators.
I love your honesty, bro, because see, most of the times if someone asks, most of the people, whenever I'm asking to most of the agency owners that why they are stick to this part. They never told in front of people that it's not a cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea. But I loved it, bro. I loved the way you presented it. So my major concern is, and you mentioned it really well, that how working with creators helped to gain more of the traction, whatever the things which you guys are building. But don't you think that when AI is coming in the market right now, then आपका market share जो भी होगा, again वो market share जो भी आप build किया है अभी तक, वो कम हो जाएगा, या creators shift होंगे AI video editing पे? तो what is your take on that?
I feel like video editing maybe AI is still has a long way to go.
Okay.
Right. So I heard this like Tanmay Kanaya podcast आया ना Overpowered on AI, right?
Yes, yes.
So they were discussing this कि like AI को वो consistency frames में consistency is very difficult for AI right now.
Yes.
And that's what a video editor does. That's what a video editor's job. Graphic design में I feel कि AI is gonna take over, right?
Yes.
In another year or two. और ग्राफिक डिज़ाइनर्स का वही रह जाएगा कि यू वर्क विद AI एंड यू ओनली टेक ऑन द बिग प्रोजेक्ट्स दैट यू हैव जो AI नहीं कर सकता, राइट?
Yes.
सो आई फील कि वी आर सेफ राइट नाउ. उसको काउंटर करने के लिए 5 ईयर डाउन द लाइन, 10 ईयर डाउन द लाइन, जब हम नहीं सेफ होंगे, राइट? और वो होगा, नहीं सेफ होंगे, एक टाइम पे होगा, राइट?
Okay.
तो उसके लिए आई एम ट्राइंग टू बिल्ड लाइक कंटेंट ब्रांड्स, राइट? जहाँ पे we'll be producing our own content. So I'm very inspired by Pocket Aces. I don't know if you know the company. Do you know Filter Copy and Dice
Yes,
Media?
definitely.
So their parent company is Pocket Aces.
Okay.
So I'm very inspired by them. Like I've been watching their content since like I was 13, 14.
Wow.
Right. So that's what I'm trying to build. Let's see how that goes.
Wow, man, got it. So I want to understand this in detail that when your agency is making money, so is the more of the money is coming from outside India or it's coming from India itself? Like कहाँ से majorly chunk of money बनता है?
All of the money is coming from outside India.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So you
It's
tap
gonna
into
start coming from India.
such a big
from next
creators जो इतना pay करते हैं, like अच्छा, by the way, my question is pretty in such a manner कि I am more curious now that see the point
Go
being,
ahead, yeah.
there are two options, ठीक है, to make good money, which is चलो consider करते हैं, it's 1 crore a year. There are two options through agency. One is you can get 5 clients which are paying you $10,000 a month, something like that, and you can hit 1 crore very easily through that 5 clients itself. Or else in the other side you get maybe 20-25 clients and everyone is paying you $1,500 or $2,000, something like that. So I'll be honest in here itself in this video that in my case it's 5 clients wala scenario where I have less clients, but these brands are so big that they are, and I'm doing so many different things that these guys are paying me this much amount of money, where I need less clients to get to that 1 crore, across that 1 crore mark in my agency. So how does that scenario work in your case?
It's the 5 clients वाला scenario here too.
Okay.
Right. कुछ stable 5-6 clients हैं
Yes.
who are like paying good amount every month and they are giving good amount of work every month. And then you have your smaller creators that we work with. Right. Like actually right now I've started working with creators who are just starting out.
Yes.
Right. I'm working with a creator who just has 200 subscribers right now.
Wow.
Right. She's from Hawaii. So yeah,
Okay.
so I've also started doing that, but I'm focused on like the long term thing.
Yes.
If they're gonna make money, I'm gonna make money.
Yes. So when you work with them, जैसे 200 सब्सक्राइबर वाला पर्सन जिसके साथ तुम लोग अभी काम कर रहे हो, so at that point of time he don't have money to spend, ठीक है? So at that point of time आप लोग कहते हो that I'll take a share in your YouTube, or you will tell him that मैं आपको कर दूंगा, then you will pay me this much amount of money. Like how does that scenario work then?
It's both.
Okay.
Some creators are okay with sharing part of their revenue, so we do that, right? But yeah, some people do have money. They're just they already have money, but they want to get started in this content creation thing.
Got it.
So that works.
Got it,
Yeah.
brother. Now I have one of the most like ऐसा क्वेश्चन है जो आपके कमेंट सेक्शन जिसे भरे हुए थे उस दिन वो क्वेश्चन मैं अभी पूछने जा रहा हूँ. Bro, see, we both are of the same age. ठीक है. You buy a car at 22.
Okay.
You buy a car at 22. And for me, seeing that, I felt jealous. मेरे पास कार क्यों नहीं है? ठीक है. जोकिंग यार. बट अच्छा पॉइंट पे बात करता हूँ. You buy a car at the age of 22. लोग 27, 28, 30 पे भी नहीं लेते. ठीक है. But you buy that car at 22. First of all, is it on EMI? मे भी हो सकता है. I don't know how the car system works because मैं अभी तक देखने नहीं गया हूँ. तो first of all, just give me reasons why did you buy that car, and why do you think that spending money there right now at this age is a good maybe investment, something like that, or how does that scenario look like?
Okay. So buying a car, like, I don't know, there wasn't like a definite reason behind it. I just wanted it.
Wow.
Right. So another reason might be, so my parents bought me like a second hand i10.
Okay.
Right, Hyundai i10. Right, and it was breaking down on me every other day. So I was very tired of it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna scrap this thing and buy myself like a really nice car that I wanted. Right. So yeah, so I got it on my 22nd birthday. Right.
Wow.
It was a great moment. Like, I bought it because, like, let's just say if I was in Delhi or Mumbai, right, it doesn't make sense for me to buy a car.
So true. Here
Right.
it doesn't make sense, to be honest.
Right, but Chandigarh is a place where like the public transport isn't as good as Delhi or Bombay.
So you need a car.
So you need something to travel, right? So you need a car, yeah, need a vehicle, right? And then other thing is, so okay, I'm being very vulnerable here. I'm a short guy, right? I'm a short, skinny guy, right? And I'm just 22. I'm just 22, like trying to meet high net worth people in Chandigarh.
Yes.
Trying to get people take me seriously.
Yes.
Right. So I was like, how do I do that? Right. Because I have noticed the difference now. When they see me like
smart.
coming by a nice car, it makes a difference. When they see me holding an iPhone, it makes a difference. It's very materialistic, but it has some point at some level, I think.
Wow. Man, I loved your honesty. Because to be honest, I'll be really honest. These things matters. कोई मानो या ना मानो, these things matters. Because I can feel that. I'll be really honest. The day I bought my iPhone, I can, like, see, इसके पहले तक I visited Dubai. I visited biggest events in India जहाँ से मुझे invitations आते हैं. बॉम्बे में daily मुझे events के लिए invitation आते हैं that आप आ जाओ, यहाँ आ जाओ, startup spear event है, ये event है. I went to Dubai as well for one of the event as a media partner. I felt this everywhere before buying that iPhone, that whenever 5 to 10 people are standing in a row or something like that when they're talking, most of the people have iPhone, and I always felt left out to pitch my phone and then talking about it. And we think in such a manner that उसके पास iPhone है, वो बड़ा आदमी, पता नहीं क्यों ये ऐसा mindset. Apple ने ये mindset बनाया, हमने तो नहीं बनाया, Apple ने ऐसा mindset बनाया. That's pretty, they're a good marketing. But that's so true, and I loved it, bro. Loved your honesty.
It's there in our subconscious, so yeah, we can't get rid of it.
Wow, bro, loved it. Loved it. Okay, so I have just one last question for you on a today's podcast is advice to any person who is sitting and who is watching right now and he wants to build his own agency and he wants to scale it to 1 crore per year. So what do you advise him or her to build it? And these guys are maybe doing freelancing at this point of time. So mention that aspect as well. So talking about 2 aspects. So tell me that.
Okay. So like the biggest advice that I give, it's in my every LinkedIn post.
Wow.
Right? Is pick a niche.
Wow.
Right? Pick a very specific niche. At Prepper, I say content creators. But most of our content creators are reaction YouTubers.
Wow.
Right? You can see how specific that is.
Wow.
Right. So we are kind of like dominating the reaction space right now, right, in the US. Right. Most of the major reaction channels are working with us.
Oh. Got it.
Right.
Wow. Uh-huh.
So yeah, that's the game,
That's the
right?
game.
And like shamelessly ask people for referrals,
Yes.
shamelessly ask people for work,
Yes.
right? I got my first client through a YouTube super chat, right?
Yeah.
So you don't know where you're gonna get your next client. Just
Yes.
keep asking people. So yeah, those are two advices I think.
Wow. And again, from my side, if I want to talk about any person who is wants to build their own agency, guys, network. Don't just hesitate to network with people, because once you network with people, as you mentioned in your journey as well, that you send it that 100 rupee or whatever the amount was as a super chat. It was a way to network to that person who is sitting there. ठीक है?
Yeah.
So go on LinkedIn, talk to people, just text them. Don't email them. I don't believe in emailing. I don't know why, but I never believe in emailing people. I always believe in talking with them or connecting with them specifically through events or maybe through LinkedIn majorly. So go there,
Exactly.
build it, and I hope the money mindset which you shared, Pratham, today is such a unique thing, because ये लोग बात नहीं करते. Showcasing your status through car, something like that, which you just shared, towards going towards niche, and then understanding that what is your cup of tea. These things are very important. Thank you so much, Pratham, for joining us today and sharing your energy, and most important, sharing your knowledge with us towards money. I hope you also enjoyed the conversation.
No, thank you so much for having me, Ayush. It was a great time. This is my first podcast. I don't know how I did, but yeah.
It was really great, bhai.
Great time.
It
Had a
was
great
one of the best conversations I have on Art of Money till now. So loved it, bro.
Okay, you're saying that because you have to say that. It's,
अरे ना रे भाई इतना भी honest नहीं होना
let's
है.
see what the numbers say.
Loved it, bhai. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. And guys, do join our community. Its link is available in the pinned comment section itself. And you can connect with Pratham on LinkedIn. Pratham, you can just send me the links. I'll drop every link is there in the description itself. You guys can connect. And hoping for very good, more and more conversations. Thank you so much.